Riviere. Warm welcome to you here in Berlin, Germany, on behalf of the Elvis Presley Gesellschaft.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
And it would be very nice if you could introduce yourself to our readers and to the viewers from Unicosmos.
My name is Russ Howe from Long Island, New York. And been a big Elvis collector and fan since I've been 10 years old.
I'm Bud Glass from Tallahassee, Florida, and we're happy to be here in Berlin with the exhibit and been collecting and producing Elvis productions with Russ for several years now.
Is it your first time in Germany?
My first, yes.
Yeah? First time in Germany at all?
Oh yeah, first time. First
Okay.
time.
And how do you like it?
I love it. I love it. Everything from, I mean, it's just so beautiful and the people are very nice. I would come back again and again.
Okay. What about you?
Well, I was here once before, about 4 or 5 years ago. We were doing some production work on one of the Behind the Image series videos, and was here only for a week last time, so a week maybe. I was in Germany for about a month, and I was in Berlin for about a week. And this is my second trip to Germany and Berlin, so having a great time. People are wonderful, the food is great, and great atmosphere, great weather, everything's perfect.
Oh, okay. So, you just told us that you're an Elvis fan from the age of 10. And what made you an Elvis fan, and what led you to be an Elvis collector?
A friend of mine's father was a antique collector. And he would constantly come home with all these 45 records, and we, as kids, we would take the records and throw them like frisbees. We had no idea. But one day he came home, and he had 2 45 records. And instead of just putting them down, he gave them to me personally. And I'll never forget, it was the Beach Boys, I Get Around, and it was Elvis Presley, All Shook Up. And so I took these home with me, and I put them on my record player. And when I heard All Shook Up, I had never heard anything like that before and since. That started my whole love for Elvis. And in about 3 weeks, I wore that record out. My mother and father were like, enough already. But I mean, it was so different for me, and I just became a fan at that point. And then as time went on, I remember watching the Aloha from Hawaii special. And in '73, Elvis played my hometown, Nassau Coliseum in Long Island. And I have 2 older brothers and an older sister. I'm the youngest in the family. And they all went to the show. They didn't want an 11-year-old brat hanging around with them, so I did not go. But when I woke up in the morning, my sister had left me a program from the show. And I remember going through the program, seeing him in all these beautiful suits, and to me, he looked like Superman, And so I didn't get to see him, and then in 1975 he came back, and the show sold out so quick. I remember seeing all the banners, welcome Elvis, welcome to New York, and this and that. So we didn't get to see that show. So finally we hear he's coming back in '77, August 21st. We get tickets. We got them in, I think we got tickets roughly in June. And that whole summer, I'm waiting for August to come, finally going to get my chance, and we all know what happened on August 16th. So I never did get to see the man that I love so much.
Yeah. Yeah. How did you start out being an Elvis fan?
When I was a young boy, I heard Jailhouse Rock, the song Jailhouse Rock, for the first time, and my first experience hearing Elvis, and it was so different than anything I'd ever heard before. I was immediately captivated. And the first 45 record I ever got was All Shook Up, ironically, just like Russ. He was in New York, I was in Chicago, we didn't even know each other. And became an immediate fan and started collecting everything I can get my hands on. And this was long before the video DVD age, so we had to wait for him to come on television. And I would take my little miniature tape recorder and hold it up to the television so I could have a recording of what I heard, And it was, one thing led to another. I got a little bit older. I was a fan of J.D. Sumner and the Stamps Quartet because my father's a Baptist minister, and I grew up with Southern gospel music. And I didn't know who Elvis was when I was originally a fan of J.D. Sumner. Then I realized that J.D. backed Elvis, and I liked Elvis as well. So It was doubly good for me, and started collecting everything I could. And as I got older, I met more people and became friends with Russ, and many years ago, and fortunate enough to become friends with many of Elvis's associates and bodyguards like Sonny West, and musicians like John Wilkinson, and the Stamps Quartet and several others that we were really lucky to become friends with, and get to know more of the inside stories behind Elvis and everything, and started searching for anything that wasn't available normally in stores, like tapes of Elvis in concert that people recorded, or video, 8mm footage, and started collecting all I could. And when I got my first Elvis personal item, it was amazing to have something that Elvis once owned and wore. So it was like an addiction. You had to have another, And many years later, after accumulating, and Russ accumulating, we both realized we had so much that needed to be displayed for others to enjoy, because half the fun is owning it and the other half is sharing it with people who appreciate it like we do. So we decided a few years ago to take it on the road, and we've been touring in the United States for a few years, and here we are in Berlin for the first time outside of the United States.
It was quite a very good idea to come to Germany.
Well, we're happy to be here.
Oh, yes.
Now, when I look at you, I see some things who look very familiar to me as an Elvis fan. Your TCB necklace, and I think the watches,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, or the bracelet you wear.
Right.
And